50. You're at the crossroads of life, aren't you? Seasoned, successful, perhaps even a touch cynical. You've climbed mountains, weathered storms, and built an empire. You're a force to be reckoned with. But let me tell you something, my 50-year-old self. At 80, looking back, I see that true strength lies not in the size of your empire, but in the depth of your character. It's time to dismantle the fortress of your ego and embrace the brutal truths that will set you free. Lesson 1. The illusion of invulnerability is a dangerous trap. At 50, you may feel invincible. You've survived challenges, overcome obstacles, and achieved a level of success that few attain. You may believe that you're immune to setbacks, that nothing can truly shake your foundation. You've built a fortress around yourself, a protective barrier against the uncertainties of life. You've convinced yourself that you're in control, that you can handle anything that comes your way. But life, my friend, has a way of humbling even the mightiest among us. A sudden illness can strike, reminding you of the fragility of your health. A betrayal from a trusted colleague or loved one can shatter your sense of security. A financial crisis can leave you feeling vulnerable and exposed. These are the moments that expose the cracks in your fortress, the chinks in your armor. They remind you that you're not immune to the whims of fate, that life is unpredictable, and that even the best-laid plans can go awry. The Stoics understood this truth intimately. They recognized that true strength lies not in denying our vulnerability, but in embracing it. It's about acknowledging that we are all susceptible to the whims of fate, that life is unpredictable, and that even the best-laid plans can go awry. It's about cultivating a mindset of resilience, where setbacks are not seen as personal failures, but as opportunities for growth and learning. Remember, the strongest oak trees are those that have weathered the fiercest storms. Their roots grow deeper, their branches become more resilient, and their trunks stand tall against the onslaught of the elements. Embrace your vulnerability, accept the challenges that come your way, and you'll emerge stronger and more resilient than ever before. Don't let the illusion of invulnerability blind you to the realities of life. Embrace the challenges, learn from the setbacks, and use them to fuel your growth. That's the Stoic way to true strength. Lesson 2. The pursuit of power can corrupt the soul. You've tasted power, my friend. You've climbed the corporate ladder, built a successful business, or achieved a position of influence in your community. You've experienced the thrill of being in control, of making decisions that impact others, of having your voice heard and respected. You may revel in the authority you wield, the ability to shape the world around you, to bend others to your will. But power, like any drug, can be addictive and corrupting. It can inflate your ego, distort your perception, and lead you down a path of arrogance and self-delusion. The Stoics warned us about the dangers of unchecked ambition and the pursuit of power for its own sake. They taught us that true leadership comes not from dominating others, but from serving them. It's about inspiring trust, fostering collaboration, and empowering others to reach their full potential. It's about using your influence to make a positive impact on the world, not to stroke your own ego or accumulate more wealth and prestige. Remember, power is a tool, not a trophy. Use it wisely, with humility and compassion, and you'll earn the respect and loyalty of those around you. Abuse it and you'll create resentment, division, and ultimately, your own downfall. True strength lies not in the power you wield over others, but in the mastery you have over yourself. It's about cultivating virtues like wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance. It's about leading by example, inspiring others through your actions, not your words. So my 50-year-old self, remember that power is a double-edged sword. Wield it with caution, with integrity, and with a servant's heart. That's the path to true leadership and lasting influence. Lesson 3. The fear of failure is a self-imposed prison. At 50, you may be hesitant to take risks, to step outside your comfort zone, to pursue new dreams and ambitions. You've built a successful life, a comfortable routine, and the thought of disrupting that stability can be daunting. You may fear failure, rejection, or the judgment of others. You may tell yourself that you're too old, too settled, or too comfortable to embark on a new adventure. The whispers of doubt creep in, questioning your abilities, your worthiness, and your potential for success. You may even convince yourself that playing it safe is the wiser choice, that preserving what you have is more important than risking it all for an uncertain future. But the Stoics taught us that the fear of failure is a self-imposed prison. It's a mental barrier that prevents us from reaching our full potential, from living a life of purpose and passion. It keeps us trapped in a cycle of mediocrity, afraid to step outside the familiar and embrace the unknown. Remember, every successful entrepreneur, artist, or athlete has faced countless failures along the way. It's through these failures that we learn, grow, and ultimately achieve greatness. Failure is not the end, but a stepping stone on the path to success. So don't let the fear of failure hold you back. Embrace the unknown, step outside your comfort zone, and pursue your dreams with unwavering determination. Remember, the only true failure is the failure to try. At 50, you still have time to reinvent yourself, to explore new passions, and to make a difference in the world. Don't let fear rob you of the opportunity to live a life filled with purpose and fulfillment. Embrace the possibility of failure, and you'll open the door to unlimited possibilities. Lesson 4. The comparison game is a losing battle. In today's world of social media and constant comparison, it's easy to fall into the trap of measuring your worth against others. You see your friends and colleagues achieving great things, accumulating wealth and accolades, and you can't help but feel a pang of envy or inadequacy. You start to question your own choices, your own accomplishments, and your own self-worth. You may even find yourself chasing after external markers of success, trying to keep up with the Joneses or prove your worth to the world. But the comparison game is a losing battle. It's a never-ending cycle of self-doubt and dissatisfaction. There will always be someone richer, more successful, or more popular than you. The Stoics taught us that true happiness and fulfillment come from within, not from external comparisons. It's about focusing on your own journey, your own growth, and your own contributions to the world. It's about celebrating your unique strengths and talents, and not letting the achievements of others diminish your own self-worth. Remember, everyone's journey is different. We all have our own unique set of challenges, opportunities, and blessings. Comparing yourself to others is like comparing apples to oranges. It's simply not a fair or productive exercise. Instead, focus on your own path, your own goals, and your own definition of success. Celebrate the wins, learn from the setbacks, and keep moving forward. That's the key to a fulfilling and meaningful life. Lesson 5. True strength lies in emotional resilience. At 50, you've likely experienced your fair share of emotional ups and downs. You've known joy, love, and triumph, but you've also faced heartbreak, loss, and disappointment. You may have developed coping mechanisms to deal with these emotional challenges, but true strength lies in cultivating emotional resilience. The Stoics believed that our emotions are not something to be suppressed or denied, but rather to be understood and managed. They taught us that true freedom comes from not being controlled by our emotions, but rather from choosing how we respond to them. Emotional resilience is the ability to navigate the inevitable challenges of life with grace, courage, and equanimity. It's about acknowledging your emotions, understanding their root causes, and choosing how you want to respond to them. It's about cultivating inner strength, so that you're not easily swayed by external circumstances or the opinions of others. Remember, you are not your emotions. You are the master of your own mind, capable of choosing how you want to feel and act, regardless of the situation. Cultivate emotional resilience and you'll find a sense of inner peace and stability that no external force can shatter. Lesson 6. The pursuit of pleasure is a treadmill to nowhere. You've likely achieved a level of comfort and stability that allows you to indulge in life's pleasures. You may enjoy fine dining, travel to exotic destinations, or surround yourself with luxury and entertainment. You may believe that these pleasures are the key to happiness, the reward for your hard work and success. But the Stoics warned us about the dangers of chasing after fleeting pleasures. They taught us that true happiness lies not in external gratification, but in inner peace and contentment. The pursuit of pleasure is a treadmill to nowhere. It's a never-ending cycle of craving and satisfaction, leaving you constantly wanting more. The more you indulge, the less you appreciate. The more you seek external validation, the less you value your own intrinsic worth. Remember, true happiness comes from within. It's about cultivating gratitude, appreciating the simple joys of life, and finding contentment in the present moment. It's about focusing on what you can control: your thoughts, your actions, your response to the world around you. It's about living a life of purpose and meaning, not chasing after fleeting pleasures that ultimately leave you feeling empty and unfulfilled. So, my 50-year-old self, shift your focus from external gratification to inner fulfillment. Cultivate a mindset of gratitude, appreciate the simple pleasures of life, and find joy in the journey, not just the destination. That's the path to true and lasting happiness. Lesson 7. True freedom comes from inner detachment. At 50, you may find yourself attached to certain outcomes, possessions, or relationships. You may cling to your career, your social status, or your material possessions, believing that they define you and give your life meaning. But the Stoics taught us that true freedom comes from inner detachment. It's about recognizing that external things are impermanent, that they can be taken away from us at any moment. It's about not letting our happiness or sense of self-worth be dependent on things that are ultimately beyond our control. True freedom comes from cultivating a sense of inner peace and equanimity, regardless of external circumstances. It's about finding contentment in the present moment, accepting what you cannot change, and focusing on what you can control: your thoughts, your actions, and your response to the world around you. It's about letting go of attachments to things that don't truly matter, and embracing the freedom that comes from living in alignment with your values and purpose. Remember, the more attached you are to external things, the more vulnerable you are to suffering and disappointment. Cultivate inner detachment, and you'll find a sense of liberation that no external force can take away from you. Lesson 8. Time is your most precious commodity. At 50, you may start to feel the weight of time pressing down on you. The realization that your time on this earth is finite can be both sobering and motivating. You may find yourself reflecting on the choices you've made, the dreams you've pursued, and the legacy you're building. You may start to question whether you've made the most of your time, whether you've lived a life of purpose and meaning. The Stoics understood the preciousness of time. They saw it not as an endless resource to be squandered, but as a finite gift to be cherished and used wisely. They urged us to live each day as if it were our last, to focus on what truly matters, and to make the most of the time we have. So, my 50-year-old self, don't waste your precious time on trivial pursuits, on chasing fleeting pleasures, or on dwelling on past regrets. Instead, invest your time in activities that bring you joy, that nourish your soul, and that contribute to the greater good. Spend time with loved ones, pursue your passions, and make a positive impact on the world. Remember, time is the one resource you can never get back. Use it wisely and you'll create a life filled with meaning, purpose, and lasting fulfillment. Don't let the sands of time slip through your fingers. Seize each moment, live with intention, and make every day count. Lesson 9. Death is the great equalizer. At 50, the specter of death may loom larger in your mind. You may find yourself contemplating your own mortality, wondering what lies beyond this earthly existence. You may experience a sense of urgency, a desire to make the most of the time you have left. You may also grapple with fears and anxieties about the unknown, about the legacy you'll leave behind. The Stoics didn't fear death. They saw it as a natural part of life, an inevitable end to our mortal journey. They believed that by accepting death we could live more fully in the present moment, appreciating the preciousness of life, and focusing on what truly matters. So, my 50-year-old self, don't let the fear of death paralyze you. Instead, let it motivate you to live a life of purpose, to make the most of every day, and to leave a legacy that will outlive you. Remember, death is the great equalizer. It reminds us that we are all mortal, that our time on this earth is limited, and that what truly matters is how we choose to live our lives. Embrace the reality of death, and you'll find a newfound appreciation for the beauty and fragility of life. You'll learn to let go of petty grievances, to forgive past transgressions, and to cherish the moments you have with loved ones. You'll focus on what truly matters, on living a life of integrity, compassion, and service to others. So, don't fear death, my friend. Embrace it as a reminder to live fully, to love deeply, and to leave a legacy that will inspire generations to come. Lesson 10. True happiness lies in inner peace. At 50, you may still be chasing happiness, seeking it in external achievements, possessions, or relationships. You may believe that happiness is something you acquire, something you earn through hard work and success. You may have achieved many of your goals but still find yourself feeling unfulfilled, restless, and searching for something more. But true happiness, my friend, is an inside job. It's not something you find, it's something you cultivate. The Stoics believed that happiness lies in living in accordance with nature, in accepting what you cannot control, and in focusing on your internal state of being. True happiness comes from cultivating virtues like wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance. It comes from finding contentment in the present moment, from appreciating the simple joys of life, and from living a life of purpose and meaning. So, my 50-year-old self, stop chasing happiness outside of yourself. Instead, turn your attention inward, cultivate inner peace, practice gratitude, and focus on living a virtuous life. That's the path to true and lasting happiness. Remember, happiness is not a destination. It's a journey. It's a choice you make every day, a mindset you cultivate, a way of being in the world. Embrace the Stoic principles, and you'll find that happiness is not something you chase, but something that resides within you, waiting to be discovered. It's about finding peace in the midst of chaos, joy in the face of adversity, and contentment in the simple act of being alive. It's about living a life of integrity, purpose, and connection to something larger than yourself. That's the true path to happiness, a happiness that transcends external circumstances and endures through the ups and downs of life. So my 50-year-old self, heed these lessons. Tame your ego, embrace adversity, seek wisdom, and build a legacy that matters. True power comes not from dominating the world, but from mastering yourself. Unleash your inner Stoic. Subscribe now and embark on a journey of self-discovery and transformation.